we're going to move on, and we're going to do the murdered and missing women now. I have representatives here, women of the Native American community. Mary Phillips is going to speak, along with others here, about the murdered and missing women.
Thank you all for being here. This is such a beautiful day for such a good reason. We missed out on Monday. The beautiful rain came, gave us some growing power, and now we're out here in the sun enjoying this day. And I just want to thank the organizers for bringing us together, for bringing this issue again to DC. We need to have it every single year in the same way, in a big way, because we are here. We are still here. All of us Native women, all of us Native men and families. So aho kage, wibnaha. I just want to mention a few things today about this topic that I don't think gets enough information shared. And people across the country are not aware of the current situation. And that is the missing, murdered, and Indigenous women of the United States and Canada. And it's such an important topic. If you think about your mother, your grandmother, your sister, your aunties, we are being stolen. We are being taken from our families. If for any other reason to say that you got a good Indian woman killed. So I just want to share a little bit, which is that as an Indigenous woman or Native American woman, and I grew up outside the res, but a lot of women on my reservation back home in Macy, Nebraska, our women have been hurt. Our women are impacted by this every day. Every time we hear about a woman being beaten, being violently assaulted. It's a terrible day to talk about this, but we need to talk about this. And I think if we can share this message, share this information, we can end the violence. We can get our stolen sisters back. Everybody will know who to call, where to call. So just a couple of facts on that is that 1 in 3 Native American women are violently assaulted, raped, or murdered. 1 in 3. So if you look around, our Native women, who are out there today? Raise your hands. Native women, there we are. So sadly, one of us out of this 3, we will be murdered, raped, or violently assaulted. So with that statistic alone, you would think that would create such an impassioned change for policy. That didn't happen until this year, that there was a National Strategic Task Force created to help find Native women and protect Native women. So if you also think about that 97% of Native women, the assaults that are being put on them are done by non-Indigenous men. So non-Native men are doing this to our women on our reservations without consequence. They can't do anything to these people who are doing this harm to our Native women. So we have to find a way to protect and take care of our women, our young ladies who are out there fighting for their lives. And the one last thing I want to pass on is that I'm wearing a red dress today, and many Native women wear our beautiful red skirts to honor our missing, murdered Indigenous women and to keep them on our minds, because they are not lost from our minds and hearts. They are still with us, and we will not stop until they are found. Everybody, please say with me, we will not stop until they are found. Thank you. Until they are found. Thank you, thank you.
My name is Sheila Hansen, and I live not too far from here in Virginia. I have a firsthand experience with missing and murdered Indigenous women. A few years ago, my brother, my friend, Dennis Banks, was staying at our house in Virginia with his daughter, Darla, and Darla's son. One morning, Darla came down. It was she and I that would get up early. We would burn sage, say our prayers, make the coffee, and get ready for the day. And she said, I haven't heard from Rose. She said, it's not like her. I haven't heard from her. It's been 3 days, and I can't get her. So immediately, I got a legal pad, and we started writing down the people she contacted and who had said they had seen her and what was going on. Well, the police wouldn't touch the case because they said you had to be missing for longer than 3 days. I don't know. This is Minnesota, so I'm not sure what that was about. Well, we put Darla and her son back on the plane. We realized there was a really, really big problem. It took about a month and a half, and 2 months later, Rose's body was found in the woods outside of, in Minnesota, Leech Lake. She had been strangled. Her body had been set on fire. So, sadly, we gathered ourselves up, took off for Minnesota and for her ceremony. It's the toughest thing I had to ever sit through for 4 days. We sat there and remembered Rose. And then it came to me that one of the things, all the people who had spoken, Anishinaabe, Ojibwe people, that they had mentioned one important thing, and that was forgiveness. Well, how could we ever forgive the man that did that? We couldn't. But we could forgive within ourselves so that we could have peace and go on. It's a very big problem. Very big problem across this country. So when somebody says to you, I haven't heard from my sister, my daughter, my mother, take it seriously. Don't wait for things to happen from the forces to be, but take it in your own hands and start searching. How is this going to stop? It'll stop when human beings become true human beings and respect women and one another. Hope.
The man that she spoke about was taller than you, and he was a man of tenacity. He would laugh and say, "Oh no, Allie, I take no medication." And that night that we all stood together, I saw this man reach down to lean on me at 5'2", broken. And it destroyed him. And soon he walked on the wind. He was gone from us. But what I would like you to do is just imagine those of you who have nieces that you love, daughters that you love, sisters, mothers. If you close your eyes and imagine that you do not know where they are just gone, and you want to search for them, it's a nightmare. So with that, I would like to take this for you so you will take this tune into your spirit and imagine so that you understand the pain and hurt. And if one person grieves, grieve with them, and then strengthen them, and just come with us as we go and find our sisters. When we are born and we come into this world, we are called light. And the mothers sing you into their arms. And the mother is actually the grandmother, not the birth mother. And we look for our children. So when you hear this within your being, know that that little song was the song of giving light. Find our light, find our sisters, because we're not going to stop until we find them. Thank you.